Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the O's Talk. Z-Trot here, and we have a very special guest with us today. We have WubWoofWolf with us. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, everybody. How you doing, Straw?
I'm doing fantastic, and I'm pretty sure my buddy Charles here, who's with us always, is doing fantastic as well. How you doing, Charles?
Hey-o, doing good.
That's good. All right, well, Wubs, we won't keep... You don't mind if I call you Wubs, do you?
Nah, that's fine.
Alrighty, thank you. All right, so we got a few questions for you today, and then we'll break down into the community-based Q&A, which should be interesting as always. So the first question's pretty standard. What got you started into the rhythm game that is OS?
Well, my history also started that I have a friend, and he told me what Osu is. I never played the rhythmic game before, so I didn't even know what the hell was that. And he just showed me one map, which I remember that was Super Mario Bros. Medley, and I just started to love it, and I love it to this day.
Was it the melody that rolled map?
Yes, exactly. The normal difficulty.
Oh man, that one actually pulled a lot of people from YouTube actually, because it was one of the highlighted videos there for a while on OS when it kind of very first started out. But I mean, overall, like, I think most people either found out from prior experience to the games, like with the DS versions, or they found out through YouTube, or through friends like you know. But that's pretty interesting that you had never played a music game prior, and here you are now.
Yes, this is how I started my journey with music games.
All right.
The journey to the top, man. All right. So, you said you started with the Mario map, and we've seen you in the game for quite a while, you know, as WubWoofWolf and also as White Wolf. How long have you been playing the game, would you think?
Oh, I can't remember that good, but as my profile says, I started on September 2008, so it's almost 6 years now, and I'm taking the fruits of it in the top 10 now.
6 years?
Yeah, I'm surprised by myself. That happened so quick.
You're making me feel young over here, man.
It definitely doesn't feel like it. I mean, I started in February of 08, and anytime I look back at stuff, I look back at some old maps that I thought were really fun at that point in time. It's like 3 years ago, and I'm like, what? I just remember that getting ranked not too long ago, but apparently it is long ago. And speaking of beat maps, you've played quite a decent amount. I mean, I see your name on scoreboards everywhere. So I think you probably have a good understanding of the evolution of beat mapping, like from where its roots started in 2008 to what it is now. Do you think that there's been like a solid peak and we've downgraded, or do you think they're constantly improving?
Well, the map making definitely changed a lot. I personally prefer the oldest maps, the ones that don't even follow the rhythm. These are my favorite, but the evolution has gone the good way, because it's more not about the skill of reading circles, but about rhythm and how you feel the music. And every aspect of approaching rate, overall difficulty has increased. The old maps didn't rarely have been going above 8. But now almost every map is, you know, AR9, OD9.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten harder.
I have to say the jump to AR8, AR9 was quite a major one, because at the time there was no in-between, so it came to a lot of users as like very jarring. And I feel like the same thing happens with AR9 and AR10 today. Now that people are used to it, it's still hard to get into like AR10. Hopefully the decimal AR will alleviate that problem with the jumping in difficulty, but yes, I do remember when AR9 was a questionable occurrence.
And now there's even 9.5 or something, right? I never played this, but that is going over the top now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or is it in the middle?
Well, we don't know what to expect in the future.
We have no idea.
And the cool thing about it, though, is as we've been interviewing a lot of people, it's neat to see the age difference. Like your newer people, newer players, like Jaka, for example, he's comfortable with AR9 and stuff, and says that most of the newer maps are decent. And while Wubs has said that they're decent and it's in a good direction, he's also said that he likes the older maps a little bit better, and I kind of fall towards the older bracket myself. That's just because I think it was when we were introduced, and it's what made the most sense at that point in time. And we see new stuff, and we're like, no, change.
Yeah, exactly. We are so stereotypical, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a bad thing. Honestly, if you find something you love, there's nothing wrong with that. Right?
Indeed.
Well, my only problem is that I can't use to get AR9 when playing with double time. That's my biggest weakness. AR 10.3. That's that's one of the things why I don't really like newer maps.
Yeah, AR9 is kind of like a death sentence for that.
And I really love old maps because other can't really play them, and I'm like, ho, see now, who's good at the older maps? But when it comes to newer maps, I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry. That's not my branch.
It's like, time to hit the dusty trail. I'm gonna go back to these 2009, 2008 maps. You guys have fun with that new stuff.
Yeah. On multiplayer, when I pick older maps and somebody suddenly picks AR9 with double time, I'm like, oh, I have to go for now. I will skip this map out. See you guys later.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go play some Left 4 Dead.
So I'm out of there then.
Yeah. And that brings us to another question. You have number one on quite the large amount of maps. Your number one map pool is quite big. So
over 2,000.
Yeah.
As
so
it is now.
The question is taking number ones on maps a challenging task, or does it feel like more and more gameplay for a number?
Well, I think it's not directly a long. It doesn't take long if you think from my point of view, because sometimes I play map 3 times and I'm getting first place, and sometimes even 1 time. But I think it was it took me a long to reach the level that I'm on right now. So if you think about it in terms of getting prepared for getting the first place, it took quite a bit long time.
Oh, okay. So instead of practicing for individual maps over and over, you've practiced your overall skill set and are now applying it to those existing maps.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a good way of thinking about it.
Yeah, pretty hard.
Pretty hardcore.
Well, I mean, so definitely that kind of falls into the challenging task bracket, then you'd say?
Yes, it is challenging.
Yeah, and because I know some of the higher people, like higher ranks, sometimes I get told it's like, oh, they're just numbers at this point. It's just going through. But like if they were to look at it at an overall branching skill arc, like this is where I'm at now. This is where I want to be. If I'm at where I want to be, I'll be able to take number ones on all these maps and stuff like that. Then it becomes a challenging task and not so much a numbers game, in my opinion.
Well, these people have right as well, but I don't know what to think about it.
Yeah. So with all the scoring aside and everything, what do you think of the recent reworkings in the performance point system?
I think the current PP system, performance point system, is more accurate than the last one. I was first on the older PP system, but it was broken. That's obvious, because such easy maps was given a lot of PP that was way overrated, and the current system is, I think, much better than the last one.
Is there
That's good to
anything-
hear.
Yeah, definitely. Is there anything that you would think needs maybe improving in this current version?
I think small circles are underrated as it is now, like the tiny ones.
So you think
Really
that
tiny?
should probably be weighted higher, like when we start getting into like size 7 and 8, close to 9?
Oh, these maps are really rare, but yeah, I think that should give much PP boost.
Yeah, I mean,
So I guess
go
we'll
ahead.
see a bunch of hard rock scores on gravity then.
Well, maybe not that big boost, but and I want to see these records. How many people can do that? Because now people feel comfortable with bigger circles, and some other maps are just for some people are unbeatable because of the circle size.
Like
It's
the
true.
original Agony. You know, super
Or-
tiny mega circles.
or I am
goodness.
Marlock.
Yeah.
Agony was 6, wasn't it?
Yeah, but if you put Hard
Oh,
Rock on
jeez.
it, it was even smaller.
Sort of microscopic, yeah. It is true that the circle sizes over the course of the years of development in the game have slowly gotten bigger.
Yep,
I-
they did. They definitely did.
We're leaning around 3, 4, and occasionally 5 now, and it used to always be 5 and 6 and 5.
Yeah, in older maps, the point of difficulty in maps was the more circle size, and in the newest maps, what I think is jumps. They showed up later in the game. The
Mhm.
hardcore jumps.
Yeah, and so with all the experience you have in playing and everything like that, have you ever thought of taking on mapping and like even just like for fun or in the mapping contests that are hold monthly? Has that ever been something you've thought about getting interested into?
Oh, do you mean me mapping or getting
Yeah.
in these charts? Oh, me mapping. Well,
Yeah.
I tried it about 2-3 years ago to map, and I got wrecked by bats. They
Oh
was
no.
hating on my bets, so they were right, of course, because I was terrible. I was good at rhythmic aspect, but my placing notes was just in old style, because this is when I got to the game, I think, and it took its part.
Yeah, so they were getting mad at the square patterns and the straight lines.
CS6.
Sudden
Oh, that's-
huge jumps, yeah, that shouldn't be there.
Well, one
Well-
man's junk is another man's treasure, right?
Exactly. They didn't understand
They didn't respect me.
my way.
Don't crush Mapper's spirit.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Now, actually, speaking of speaking of like we're talking about the mapping contest. Although, what about just contests in general? Like, what are your thoughts on the OSU World Cup?
Well, also World Cup. The main problem about this event is that the prices are, well, really cheap, to be honest. If for third place you're just getting 1 month of OSU supporter, and that's international event. Well, we had a OSU tournament in Poland here, in Lublin, in Polish city, and the price for the third place was tablet Wacom, I think CTL for 470, and for the first place was some bonus gift, like some even cash, like 100 zlotys, that is about $30, and keyboard and something else I don't even remember. But yeah, that's the main problem about OSU World Cup. And except this thing, I think that's really broadening. You can see how other countries develop in their skill. You encounter many other pro guys from different nations and see what you lack, what they are better in. That's pretty nifty.
Yeah, And hopefully with time, I mean, as more support comes to it, I think the prizes will probably get better, especially with it getting larger and larger each year. I know with the incorporation of the OS tablet, I know those things are going as prizes like crazy. I've seen those set up for prizes quite a bit.
And you get a tablet.
I heard it got out of the stock pretty quick.
Oh, they
instantly.
Yeah, it was instantaneous. It was ridiculous. Our second order was set up, and then it was gone. And then there was a third order, and poof.
Wow, jackpot.
Yeah, so, I mean,
Ding, ding, ding.
they're definitely going to be added more. I know that there's, there's even been talks of different colors and stuff in the thread. If you check the thread out, they've thought about giving the ability to make different colors, because some people want black and pink, which I'm not gonna lie, I think that would look pretty cool, like with the current design, but just set it like black, blue, and pink instead of white, pink, and white.
And
But
as I've seen, it's not expensive too.
no, they're pretty decent on the budget, especially if you're new into the game and you're like, oh, I want to try tablet, but I don't want to spend $100 on a fancy one. Especially, I don't mean to get off on too much of a tangent, but I strongly disapprove of people buying like expensive like Cintiqs or Intuoses for just OS. I'm a graphic artist.
Yeah,
Well, not-
yeah,
So
tablet
You understand
elitism.
better.
You know, and I use my tablet for drawing, and like some of these people, they talk about pressure levels and sensitivity, and they don't realize what that's actually for. Like if you have 5,000 levels of pressure, that's amazing for art. Like the amount of detail you can get into. And I see people talk about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I turned the pressure all the way to soft," you know.
And use it
What
for
is
all
this
too.
soft?
And okay, so there's a feel between the tablet pen. There's an actual setting.
That wasn't really a question. It's more of a rhetorical one,
Okay, yeah.
or whatever
and-
that means.
Yeah, and you see these people ask about that, and that's why I think the OS tablet's so amazing, because it actually has a decent enough, like you could draw a picture with it if you wanted to. It wouldn't be as like high definition or as high DPI as like say one of those, but at the same time you're not really throwing away a bunch of money for something you don't need. Like I feel that people throw way too much money into their tablets.
Yeah, only for us, right?
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, it's their money. They can spend it how they want. It's just it makes me cry a little bit every time I see somebody with like a super awesome artsy tablet.
It reminds me that a couple of people have just been using the same tablet that they had at the beginning of the game. I think we had that with Lua last time. Yeah, but I do want to point out though that about getting the rewards better overall, because that seemed to be the main concern. I feel like with the addition of more hardware in the game, like I'm pretty sure the keyboard thing is being developed right now. The keyboard controller.
OS controller.
I think once more merchandise of that is in production, I think the prizes will get bigger and bigger, as those will probably undoubtedly be included.
Oh, and as it comes to keyboard for also the company I'm partnered with, Skylimit, I made a YouTube video about their equipment. They are developing a mechanical keyboard especially for OSU, as it gets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really popular right now. And
is that the one with the 2 keys, or is that another one?
Yeah, TK10 that they have isn't mechanical, but right now they are developing a new kind of keyboard.
Actually, now would be a good time to ask, kind of hardware are you currently using, like right now?
Well, I use my tablet Wacom Bamboo CTL 460 since the beginning. After the mouse, I never changed my tablet. It's still going strong. I didn't even change my nib. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if it's still working properly.
We've had 4 tablets broken, 7 tablets broken, and tablet pens broken, and yours seems to be doing just fine.
Well, I am not the rage type. When I fell them up, maybe you've seen my videos. I'm just, well, it could have gone better, but let's do it again then. And I'm not just throwing my pen around and breaking windows, so it's still in the good shape. And except my tablet, I'm using Widow, Black Widow by Razer with custom switches. I switch between red switches and black switches,
Oh, really?
and that's it when it comes to my awesome equipment.
And
That's really cool.
just a heads up for the tablet nib, with OS being all that you use it for, you really shouldn't need to ever change the nub. If it doesn't bother you, you don't really need to. I mean, in all honesty, if you're a hover player or if you drag, whoops, and then I just dropped my pen.
Good job.
By looking at it, right?
Yeah, if you hover or if you drag, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, if you drag, you might want to have some kind of nib there for support, but if you hover, you could literally pop that nib out and it would still work the exact same way. Like,
Well, you know, I that it's not a great of deal to change nib, but I used to hover for a long time. I switched to dragging it all over the tablet not far ago, and my nib is, you know, kind of
it's feeling the wear and tear.
yeah, exactly. You can feel that it's not as it well, of course it wasn't as it was when you hover, because you didn't feel it at all, but it's different when I started to drag it over the tablet and as it feels now.
Yeah.
So maybe it's time to change.
And speaking about changing stuff and playing a lot versus hover and drag, what kind of practice sessions do you normally run? I kind of imagine you probably practice on a regular basis to keep your skills sharp, but how often do those last?
To be honest, right now I don't have a permanent routine. I started a new project, I would say, in OSU. I plan to play every map that is ranked on OSU, but in order of coming from the oldest ones to the newest ones. Right now I'm in about a half. When there are about 400 bitmap packs, I'm in about 200 pack right now. And I train by playing these maps. Even if I don't pass it, I add them to the collection in OSU and play them afterwards if I'm not warmed up enough for them. And this is basically it.
Well, I mean,
Really?
that's definitely a good way to practice. So, I mean, if you're going through everything, I mean, no
Not gonna miss
stone
a
left
spot.
unturned. Yeah.
Each time different aspect is being trained.
You get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, sometimes there are streams, sometimes there are jumps. So every day something new. Also it's an
Sometimes-
adventure.
Sometimes there are really confusing rhythms, like that one kind lady map. Oh no.
Yeah, also it's better than some action games, you know. Different maps is something different. Even if it's only few circles in different places.
Yeah. And what would you say, seeing as we're on the subject of playing lots of maps and stuff, what was one of the maps that you've had the hardest time to full combo?
I remember my long far ago, I think that was in 2010. I had a big struggle with Kanbu de Todomate, blah blah, some Japanese words by DJ Pop. I tried to make a map that had over 1000 combo with flashlight and hidden. Maybe some of you still remember this. And I am not a flashlight player, so that was a big struggle, and it took me, oh god damn, I don't even remember how many tries, but that was few days of grinding this map, and finally managed to do it. And
Man.
I kept my first rank for a good bit, but you know, Asia, there's some Japanese guy, and you know, few tries, blah blah blah. Oh, he's better than
Oh.
second. God damn.
Do you remember
if
who it
you're-
was?
Well, no, he's not someone in the top ranks. He's somewhere like there. But that was one of the biggest struggle. And later on, there was of course the Big Black. That was one the half of a day, 12 hours of struggle on the big black on a hidden, and that came out of nowhere. I just thought, why not score something on the big black if people want it so bad? So, well, I didn't make it anyway. So, and I'm right now. I'm like, God, excuse me, fuck this map. I'm not going back to it.
There's like the very rare rage quit.
Well, that was a calm rage quit. I didn't
Calm,
actually
very.
say. Yeah.
I see.
Fuck this map, you know.
Yeah. Actually, I do want to ask because you said it seems like you get requests to that map a lot. And I'm pretty sure that's because you just have a lot of fans who've been following you about. If I'm not mistaken, you have a pretty darn popular YouTube channel right now.
Well, it is kind of popular. All thanks to the people that watches it. Watch it.
So, about the YouTube, did you ever think that you would get that much attention just from playing a game well?
I think I wouldn't just get this many people if I was playing only Osu, but I know that I think above 80% of the people that watch me on YouTube is because of Osu, but it is pretty awesome still that there are so many people that want to watch retard like me. Pretty awesome.
Oh, that's
Oh.
no.
Don't talk yourself down,
No,
dude.
that-
No,
that
for
is
real
that
though.
isn't the
I have-
fun way.
I have to do say the fun thing though is that I've noticed that you do have other content with the like Jesse and crew. You have the where you're just messing around with Left 4 Dead. I like that now that you have a following, you're branching out to lots of other ideas at the same time. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm trying my best right now.
Awesome. Keep up the good work, dude.
Thank you.
All
All
right.
right.
And that
Yeah, I
will
think
bring
that's
us to our
User
community
questions.
QA. Oh boy, this will be fun.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Damn
We got
it.
lots of people down there.
All right. Well, okay.
All right.
Thank you
Kyoko
for the
beat
interview,
him
I'm out.
again. No, stay. We're not done.
Just joking.
Okay. So
Okay.
we have.
I guess Kyako's first again.
Yeah,
She's quick on it, man.
She got the first. And then after that, it will be Mara.
Hey,
Can you
Kyako.
hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so Wub, would you consider yourself to be more active with users in the community, or would you consider yourself to be extremely closed off and not want anything to do with anybody like Cookiesy was?
I'm pretty close with a really small group of people. I'm not really going out on everybody and get socialized with everybody like #Osu. I'm not really active there, and most of my friends still are from Poland, but I have a lot of friends outside of the Poland, and that's it. It is.
Yep. All right. Well, thank
I'm
you.
sorry if the answer was insufficient.
No, I think that's as
It's-
true as you could make it.
It's completely fine, thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you for the question, Kyako.
Okay, and our next one is from Mara. So we'll go ahead and pull Mara down. Here.
Mara.
Hello again. Hello,
Hello,
Mara.
Citro, and hello, White Wolf.
Hello.
So,
Howdy.
I wasn't listening the whole interview, so I'm sorry if this was asked already. But I know you love older maps, and I love them too. So my question is, do you think the ranking criteria should be less strict so we can see more maps similar to 2008 and 2009?
I was talking with DJ Pop, and I asked him if he would rank some old map style right now in 2014, and he told me that there's no way that the system would allow this right now, and I think they should let it go, and that there should be some old map in the new time maps somewhere in between, even one.
I think what would be
Oh,
cool
actually.
is like a flashback week, like where everybody, like anybody who wants a map ranked, can have like certain bats would agree to mod this flashback week of maps, and we just go back and we all map old school style. And
There should be ranked system, approved ranked system, and all the maps ranked system.
Oh, hell yeah. I approve.
Yeah. Rest in peace, approval system. Right. Yeah. Anyway, I do want to point out that that's actually starting to happen. Very, very slowly. We're starting to see a lot more old-styled stuff showing up again. I think there was a Kelly Clarkson song that got ranked recently. I do believe from like 2009, and it's fully ranked right now as it was. It's got King Cobra in it even. It's like super old school. Yeah,
That
that's
may
a name
be
you
a
don't
good map.
really hear that much.
Yeah, not in these times.
Yeah, like, oh man, a good map, finally.
But Kelly Clarkson.
Hey, ooh. I see what you're doing.
I'm
Yeah.
not a big
I
fan
don't
of
really
Kelly Clarkson.
know. I don't really know the artist well enough to make a comment on that. But I can comment that it is happening, and I do feel like people are more open to the older style today.
Oh, well, that's good then. Well, thank you so much for the interesting question, Mara. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very
All
much.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm gonna scroll back up, and I'm gonna find out who is next. Dinopone is next. Do you have a microphone?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Excellent. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello there. I just want to ask you, what is your best score, you think?
In terms of difficulty,
Yeah.
I think the most difficult map I did. There's a lot to pick from. I'm pretty constant player overall, so I think the Big Black is one of the craziest. I don't know if the craziest, but one of the hardest I did.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
Thank you for the question.
I guess
right.
all of the frequent requests from Big Black actually ended up being one of the more difficult ones, right?
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
so we have Fjordmaster.
Hey.
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 So, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color. I have 3 favorite colors. To be honest, I don't have one favorite. I love white color, black color, and red color.
Okay.
These are my favorite colors.
White, red, and black. Are you a fan of Mad World?
I just like how they compose in together.
Yeah, you have the red for the really extra contrast on the monotone colors.
Yeah.
It's really cool looking. I totally agree.
Thank you for this random ass question.
No problem.
No, it's super good. They're great.
It was
Thank you
good.
very much, Fjordmaster.
All right.
Alright. Do we have anyone next? I don't remember who was in. Oh, we got Pillow. And
Why,
there
hello
he goes.
there.
Hello,
Pillow.
So this question is being asked for someone. Why did you change your name to Dubstep Wolf?
Well, the thing is that I thought that my Wirewolf nickname wasn't as original as it is my current one. I got so pissed that my nickname was taken on many platforms like Skype. I couldn't have Wirewolf, so I just changed it and now it's free everywhere. And I feel more original, even though it's kind of stupid.
Well, I wouldn't say free everywhere. I mean, trying to find you for Left 4 Dead. We had 3 people on my friends list with your name.
Well, right now, but it was free when I wasn't called WubWoofWolf.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
man.
everybody wants a part of the Wubs.
Yeah. The benefit of Steam allowing you to just change your name at random to anything. People taking
Yeah.
advantage of that. Anyway, for the good part is they can't take a name permanently with that method. So
Yeah.
makes me feel bad that I got numbers in it. Anyway, thank you very much for the question, Pillow.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And we also have Chug Leader is asking if someone can ask him if you've ever played in Tycho, Catch the Beat, or Mania before.
Oh, I used to play Taiko for about 2 months. I wasn't doing that bad. I even kind of distinguished red from blue. So I got a pretty nice score. I got Strange Program on Tag 4 with Taiko, with Flashlight and Hidden. I'm really proud of it. and as it is to catch the beat and also mania, I never really played them a lot. I'm just focusing on standard.
Yeah, and that makes sense too. I mean, I've tried to dabble in every game mode a little bit, but I see myself always coming back to standard. Gotta play what I like.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So we have a new guy coming in. I'm not sure if he would like to ask a question. I don't know if we have anyone else in line to ask questions right now.
Let's just see here. Yo, chat.
No questions?
Are there any more questions?
Anything else?
Please asking questions.
Okay, so Pillow dropped back down here, but he doesn't have his mic on.
I can ask for chocolate and just put it in the other chat. Do you think DT is overrated?
Oh, hell no. And the DD is at perfect state as it is now. And it gives a good amount of PP and my favorite mod, best mod. Yeah.
Ooh, best mod. Favoritism.
DT is love, DT is life.
Exactly, next to Eden.
Or combine the two and you got something great.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for the
Thank
question.
You. Okay. So,
Yeah, I guess
it's looking like we might be wrapping this one up a little bit early. If there's anybody else with questions, now is the time to ask. You will not get this chance again. It is a one-time thing.
Yep.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday might not have been the best day to do it, but hey, it's the best day for us.
You got to be a salesman. You got to be. You're selling questions over here. Mar, that already got answered.
Yeah,
we changed his name to WubWoofWolf to be unique. Anyway, all right. So I guess that's it then. Nobody has any more questions.
Yeah, they're starting to degrade. They're just.
Let's ask the silliest question for last. How many digits of pi do you know?
Pi D?
The pi is in the mathematical constant.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at this point there's no way. All right. So let's wrap it up.
3.14.
Hey, you did good.
Also,
that's all you need to know. All right.
The last question that seems like something that people want to know is, are you going to go for rank 1? And I think this has already been kind of touched base on a little bit. But
I think if I'm about to beat Asia, I have to wake up early in the morning, feeling like, doing it all day.
Yeah.
Improving my skill. I don't know if I have enough of self-control to do it, but I can try.
It's also time-consuming, though.
Yeah. I think about how much time I would lose if also would be suddenly shut down, because I know the database is only in one place, right?
Oh man, I don't even want to think about that.
Something will happen and everything is gone. And people all over the world is gonna cut their veins.
I hope not.
Oh man. Getting emotional over rhythm games.
Well, I mean, I can understand, like, a giant online community goes down, like, people get mad.
People get lost, they don't know where to go.
Like O2 Gym.
I just don't think we're gonna...
don't remind me.
Yeah, I don't think it would go to riot level, though. I don't think we'd start running in the streets going, we need our circles!
When are they gonna make another Oendon game?
Throwing Molotovs left and right.
Well, nobody knows that.
Alright.
What?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alright, so yeah, that's gonna be the conclusion of our interview today. We will have a little bit of an after thing where we sit around and talk. Not exactly sure if Wub wants to go down, but if he does, that's completely up to him. Everybody that enjoyed this, be sure to check it out on the YouTube channel when it does come live. And remember, Rhythm's only a click away, and we'll see you all real soon.
See you later.
Bye. Subscribe my channel.